Hello, we are Sornia. As always, we are pleased to be here with you, to interact with you. We hope that we are able to assist you in a positive way on your journey, in particular at this time. We reinforce our messages of encouragement that we tell you each time we come together, because it's amazing really to us here in spirit to see how the consciousness of your planet has risen prior to your current circumstances, but in particular how it is rising even more. So you're raising the vibration here of your planet and all that is on your planet. That is happening, and we see that. So keep on doing what you are doing. Those that receive these messages through us know that we encourage you to feel safe and secure, to focus on light and love. That is the only truth that there is. When you feel fear, to shed light into that darkness, to feel the love that you have, and to connect with the eternal being that you are, the truth of that. Those who do not receive these messages are receiving them from some other source that is aligned with these same objectives, to guide all of you to raising that vibration of your planet in conjunction with everything that Mother Earth is doing and all of the creatures on the planet. We are pleased to share this with you. You are not done, of course. You must keep that vibration raising through your positive thoughts, through your loving thoughts. Encourage others who are fearful to look at it all the way that you do. Again, it is important that you see this through the eyes of love. See it as you would often say, as God sees it. It matters not the language that you use to define your source of spiritual understanding. What matters is that you feel and express that feeling of deep love and respect and compassion for yourselves, for others, for all the creatures on your planet, and for Mother Earth at this time. We hope that you feel the significance of your role on Earth at this time. We want to talk to you a little bit about what Mother Earth herself is doing and her own journey. We have touched on this, but we want to bring it into context of your current circumstances in order to assist you again in keeping the vibration of the love and light at its highest. When you have understanding of your journey and that of all that you are connected to, such as Mother Earth, you have a greater ease to align yourself with what it is that you need to do or how you need to feel. It comes more naturally, knowing that there's a purpose here, that there is a divine plan, if you will. This divine plan has been in motion for many thousands and thousands and thousands and eons, really, because we in spirit, as we've discussed with you, do not have the difficulties, if you will, or limitations is the better word, of time or space, but in particular of time. But you do in the world that you live in. And Mother Earth herself is also conditioned by time. We have spoken to you about Mother Earth and her ascension. You see, many thousands of years ago, there were forces, beings, people, however you want to describe them, but entities that came to Earth who wanted to, in essence, control Earth, Mother Earth herself, and all the beings on the planet. Not because they were thinking, oh, this is how we want to control. There wasn't that kind of motivation. It's just who they are. And these beings came and they have a very strong, dominant, masculine energy, not to attack males, but masculine energy that can be very forceful in its expression. And when they came to inhabit Earth, at that time, Earth had on it beings that were, many of you are still of that original grouping of beings on Earth that were living, we don't want to say in peace and harmony, but you were advanced races and living in peace and harmony than you are now. You understood who you were. Let's put it that way. You understood that you were divine beings. You understood that you were living in a realm that had limitations, but that you were not limited. That you needed to figure out and find your way through those limitations that you had chosen to live within in the earthly realm. So there was harmony in that. Harmony and acceptance of the discomfort at times of the limitations, but an understanding of that. When these forces, these beings came that were of less understanding of those limitations as being a force for creation, they really didn't understand limitation. Okay? They came along and they, in essence, were forceful and brought about a type of control over the beings that were inhabiting Earth at that time. In their journey for power and control, in their desire for power and control, again, this was not motivated by a desire to cause harm. It is just who they were and are, because they still exist. Their descendants still exist. They became more aggressive, more assertive, and brought about quite a bit of destruction on your planet. At that time, they worked in conjunction with other forces outside of Mother Earth that created a very strong force field, let's say, that then caused a disruption in the evolution of Mother Earth and the beings that, all beings, not just human beings, but all the creatures that inhabited Earth. And at that time, what happened is that you call it the matrix. We call it a grid. It's an illusion, in essence, was placed around Earth, causing Mother Earth herself to become limited, not as limited as those inhabiting Earth. Those individuals, they were not limited, but what happened is they started to believe in limitation. When this grid or this matrix, this wall, it's more than a wall, it's a magnetic structure, a grid, set in place as a form of control by these beings, again, not with the intention to cause harm, this is just what they do. Liken it to a weed. Many of you dislike weeds, but the weed doesn't know that it's bothering you. It's just doing its thing. And so to these beings here. What happened at that time was a change in the genetic structure of the beings on the planet. Mother Earth herself became fractured. She split off into different dimensions. This has been for many thousands of years, probably anywhere from 20 to 26,000 years, if not longer, in your Earth time. Those beings that were on the planet at that time made a choice to stay on Earth to continue to safeguard Earth, knowing full well that there was a potential of not being able to leave this cycle of entrapment, and we spoke to you about this prior, that they would possibly be stuck. But their intention was to stay and to continue to safeguard Mother Earth and the beings that are in need of her energy for their own evolution. That brings us now very quickly. Again, there's so much more to this. We are looking to condense it, but we'll do our best, and hopefully you will ask us questions for clarification. But as we were saying, this brings us to the present day circumstances that we spoke to you about the last time. You are currently looking to understand the circumstances of this virus that is circulating your planet, this pandemic that you have that is conditioning every being on your planet, every human being on your planet. And we spoke of breaking through the limitations of your belief system that was instilled in you 20-some thousand years ago, that you were limited beings and dependent on an outside force for survival. In other words, that you were victims of this condition of being in human form. This is the very situation or energy that you are looking to transcend. And it is in this process that you are raising the consciousness of the planet, returning yourselves to your rightful home in the fifth and sixth dimensional reality from which you came. And because you are aware, so many are aware of this, as we said at the beginning, the efforts that you are making, and many of you with great joy, to raise the vibration of your planet and to emit and send light and love and compassion to everything, even to that virus. All of that is having the effect that you are wanting. It is changing things, but you must be patient, as you know, and let things unfold as they need to. And you will know what it is that you need to do in every moment when you have a true understanding and knowledge and belief that you are an unlimited being and capable of making change and capable of evolving the planet to its place of where it belongs, essentially. We want to just mention that Mother Earth, in her journey, is also evolving, and she is coming together in the similar way. She is collapsing her own timelines, the way that you are collapsing your timelines. And as she is doing this, and you are supporting her with love and light, this process of coming together with the fractured parts of Mother Earth, you will all move into that higher dimension, the fifth and sixth dimensional reality. At this point, you may ask yourselves, well, what happens for those whose vibration doesn't raise? Will they have an earth to live on? Oh, yes. Because they are creating that for themselves. Remember, you are creating your own reality. And when you understand that, you'll know that you will always have an earth for you to grow on, to love, to appreciate, or to destroy. We want to end our discussion with you here. There is much that we want to share with you, and we welcome, as always, your inquiries. Know that you are loved, that this is your time that you have been in preparation for a very, very long time, many, many thousands of years. And that it looks quite good from our perspective here. We are smiling and we are joyful. That is all for now. We will be back with you very soon. We love you very much. We are Sornia. Goodbye.